Pierre Poilievre gave a blunt no when asked if the recent turmoil in his caucus has caused him to reflect on his leadership style, and honestly, that response tells you everything you need to know about why Conservative MPs are abandoning ship. The Conservative leader held his first press conference since the Liberal government's budget and the departure of 2 of his MPs last week, and instead of acknowledging that maybe his combative approach is driving people away, he doubled down. It is political stubbornness disguised as conviction. Welcome to Canada Newsletter, where we break down the press conference that proved Poilievre has no intention of changing course, even as his party hemorrhages members. Before we dive into what Poilievre actually said when confronted about his leadership and why his refusal to adapt might be his biggest mistake yet, hit that subscribe button and click the notifications bell. You will not want to miss how this Conservative crisis continues to unfold. Right, let us get into this properly revealing moment. The Conservative leader held his first press conference since the Liberal government's budget and the departure of 2 of his MPs last week. Nova Scotia MP Chris D'Entremont joined the minority Liberal government on Tuesday hours after the budget was released, and Alberta MP Matt Jeanroux announced plans to resign on Thursday. D'Entremont said Poilievre's leadership style was a factor in his decision to leave after 6 years as a Conservative MP. That is a damning indictment from someone who spent years in the party, not a disgruntled newcomer but a veteran MP who watched Poilievre's approach and decided he could not support it anymore. In an interview with CBC last weekend, D'Entremont said he knew of other caucus members who had been thinking of leaving. That is a ticking time bomb for Poilievre. If more MPs defect, his authority collapses entirely. Poilievre brushed those concerns aside today, saying he plans to continue being the only leader in the country that is fighting for an affordable Canada. That response is classic Poilievre, deflecting criticism by pivoting to his core message about affordability. But it completely ignores the substance of D'Entremont's criticism, which was not about policy but about leadership style, tone, and the toxic culture within the Conservative caucus. When asked directly if the departures have caused him to reflect on his leadership style, Poilievre gave a flat no. No introspection, no acknowledgement that maybe his approach is alienating moderate Conservatives, just doubling down on the same combative strategy that has already cost him 2 MPs. That refusal to adapt is either incredible confidence or dangerous denial. If Poilievre genuinely believes his leadership is not the problem, he is ignoring clear evidence that it is. D'Entremont explicitly cited Poilievre's negative approach to politics as the reason for leaving. He described the Conservative caucus as feeling like part of a frat house rather than a serious political party. Those are not vague complaints. Those are specific criticisms about culture and tone. Poilievre's insistence that he is the only leader in the country fighting for an affordable Canada is also questionable. Mark Carney just released a budget focused on infrastructure, defense spending, and economic growth. Whether you agree with Carney's approach or not, he is clearly fighting for his vision of Canada's future. Poilievre's framing suggests he has a monopoly on caring about affordability, which is politically convenient but factually absurd. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Canada Newsletter.